So here is a little workaround for a big problem we've been having in UK just lately, and particularly in West Wales, UK. Well, all over Wales, UK, where I live. We now have 20-mile-an-hour speed limits. And for a long time we had them outside schools, outside hospitals, that kind of thing. And I totally support that. You know, you really do need to be extra careful. I think we pretty much all agree on that, actually. And if anyone really thinks you should be allowed to go fast past vulnerable people, I don't think they're going to want to come out and say it, quite honestly. But the problem is, just lately, just actually about a week ago, actually, I think it was a weekend before last, new 20-mile-an-hour speed limit signs appeared in every residential area in Wales, and they're just kind of causing an awful lot of problems. It's true that when cars drive slowly, they make less emissions, but the trouble is, this 20-mile-an-hour speed limit means that the cars are spending a lot longer in these residential areas. So overall, the effect is there's a lot more pollution going into the air. This isn't good. It's also slowing down industry a lot. You know, deliveries are taking much longer than they used to take and costing more. So no doubt the prices of deliveries will be skyrocketing before too long. And, you know, hand in hand with that, there's just the amazing amount of surveillance that there is out there at the moment. I say out there, it's in this house, you know, just having Wi-Fi is a kind of surveillance. They really, it's been proved that the authorities or Google or whoever can actually find out, they can see you moving around your house. I don't know how much they can see, but they can pick up a lot just by having Wi-Fi. And those two things combine so that, you know, if you use Google Maps, basically, this is what I'm talking about. If you use Google Maps to navigate your way around Wales at the moment, the government's going to know exactly where you were. And I'm sure road charging is going to come in. I'm sure there's going to be, you know, big fines for things you just can't help doing, because really the whole thing is a money grab. That is what it's all about. So I've given this a lot of thought, and I have two, well, one of them's a gadget, the other one's a book. Here's the gadget, okay, it's my old Nokia phone. You can actually still buy these. I checked on eBay. Oop, where's it gone? Mine has absolutely had it. I left it in the car on a hot day last year, and the screen just sort of melted off it, and there's little bits of glue left. Horrible looking thing, I know. But the thing is, if your car breaks down, or if you need to contact someone while you're on the road, you can kind of take this out, switch it on, and pretty well no one knows where you are. These things do ping off cell towers, so, you know, there certainly is a trail. But the authorities are trying to get all their information straight from Google these days, because it's easier, and they like it easier because they're fundamentally lazy. They do nothing for us, as far as I can see, that's really any good. And the bottom line is, it's just the whole thing's a great big stitch up. So you get this thing, oh dear, you haven't got Google Maps, which is no bad thing, because now Google doesn't know what your journeys are or where you've gone. And I actually thought these things, which is my second workaround that goes with the phone, I thought these road atlases, which are, you know, full of maps of everywhere in the country, you know, with full details, all the roads on there, all the rivers, so you know kind of where to avoid. A lot of really good stuff in this. This is the AA 2024 Large Scale Road Atlas. You can get smaller ones. You can get like the A to Z, which is a much smaller package, and it's easier to carry around. But quite frankly, before there was ever the internet, I used to use these things, not the 2024 one obviously, but I used to use these things, and I drove all over the UK. Absolutely no problem. You just kind of work your route out first, and then it's in your head. You don't even have to write it down most of the times, and goodness knows I'm a complete thicko with things like that. But once I've worked it out on the map and, you know, seen all these places, as you're coming up to a junction, you think, oh yeah, that's that junction, isn't it? Right, well, and you end up where you want to be, which is absolutely fantastic. So in between having this and having this, you've pretty much kind of circumvented Google. You've got around Google. You've managed to do without it. And this is a great thing not only for you and me, because we can get around the country without all these crazy surveillance things going on, and avoiding the ULEZ cameras quite a lot, because then you can use the back roads. Google's going to tell you the fastest route, which is the one with speed cameras all over it. And actually, as well as speed cameras all over it, very soon there are going to be braking cameras as well, and you're going to get fined for braking too quickly. So you're kind of, basically you're screwed. If you go too fast, you're screwed. If you go too slow, you're pretty much screwed if you put the brakes on. And how do you go slow without putting the brakes on? I don't know. It's come out very recently that, well, it's a theory, and I'm sure the authorities are going to tell us it's a conspiracy theory, but there's good hard evidence for this. There really is. This isn't kind of, oh, wow, there's like elephants floating in the sky with drone cameras watching everybody, going to the bathroom or whatever. Not that kind of conspiracy theory at all. These braking cameras already exist in Spain and other parts of Europe, and they are coming to UK very, very soon. So, frankly, unless you've got an electric car, it's going to be very, very difficult. Electric cars brake very slowly because they're incredibly heavy, because of all those batteries that are under your seat, which are, 50-50 whether they're going to explode and set your car on fire or not. And if they do set your car on fire and it's an EV, the first thing that's going to happen is all the door locks are going to shut and you're going to be screwed. It's happened to people. A few years ago now, there was a report of a guy who got in a self-driving car, and the computer got hold of the wrong idea. It locked him in, wouldn't let him roll the windows down or anything. He used his mobile phone, but no one could stop this damn car. And it took him on a ferry, and it took him out to an oil rig, which was the last place he wanted to go. That really happened. That is documented. So this stuff is coming. This stuff is happening. And we really need to get around it, And I don't know about you, but I can't afford an EV. And if I could afford an EV, I wouldn't buy one, because I just think they absolutely suck. You don't need me to tell you the reasons why these things suck. They just do, quite frankly. So get yourself one of these on eBay, or maybe dig your old one out. I wouldn't be surprised if it still works. The battery's probably knackered, right? But you can buy new batteries on eBay, which is what I did for this one. So I'll pop it out and show you. It's just one of these phone batteries. They're available all over the place. They don't cost a hell of a lot of money. Do try and get an original one by the maker of your phone, which might very well still be out there. The Chinese knockoffs, which I think this probably is, are a bit less safe, but it's never exploded, nothing crazy's ever happened. So get yourself one of these so you can keep in touch, or take your existing cell phone, switch it off completely, wrap it in foil, take that with you, and then it's only if you've got an emergency you've got to unwrap it and then use it, and then everyone knows where you are. Other than that, you've got it with you, it's wrapped in foil, it's coolio. Make sure it doesn't get hot in the foil, of course, because when something's trying to put out a radio signal, and they try and do that even when they're switched off, it does generate heat if that radio signal can't travel. So, keep an eye on it, make sure it doesn't get too hot. Or better still, just, use this old tech. It's not that old, it's like, this tech is like, kind of 15, 20 years old, and in this world that's practically an antique. So get one of these as well, and this isn't an antique, this is the 2024 one, and it's not even 2024 yet. It says on it $10.99, but I think I paid about $8.99 on eBay for it, including the postage. So there you go. I'm sure you can pick one of these up for about 20 British pounds. So there you go, 30 British pounds, maybe 38 US dollars. You just cut Google out. The internet's like a glove puppet. You pull your hand out, flop, it can't do anything. Hey. Anyway, thanks very much for watching this, guys. If you've enjoyed this one, please subscribe. My channel is actually changing. I've moved all the psychic stuff elsewhere at the moment, just because I'm really passionate about psychic goings-on and mediumship, and I don't want to put it on eBay anymore. So this channel is now going to be stuff like driving, walks in the country. I live in a beautiful rural part of West Wales, maybe some cooking, whatever else. I don't know. It's coolio, but it's going to be great to get in touch with you guys. So I'll see you soon in the next one. Bye.